Hi, so we're back. And yep, this is the second portion I told you guys about that we're going to do regarding the business. You can have a B2B business, B2C business. Um, we'll talk about RCM business, coding, medical billing. Um, I incorporate that in the business overall. Whatever you incorporate in your business, that's what you know you do. So it depends on what type of skills that you have. To me, do what you love best. Do what you know. Do what you know how to do. So right now, I wrote down some stuff for you guys, but I'm telling you, make sure that you have a notebook and write down things that you want to do. Write down stuff that you want to do within your business. I have books all over the place. And I have certain books I like the colors on. So I love this one. This is the brown one. This one is so pretty. Um, I go to um, I go to TJ Maxx and get the books because they're cheaper and they are, a lot nicer. You guys know TJ Maxx. I'm like a TJ Maxxian, but they have nice books there when and you can get different sizes and they're nice. They're not like, $2.99 and 99-cent books. They're very, very sturdy. And yeah, use your books so that you can write down whatever you want to do. When you do start to organize your business, there's a lot of planning involved when you do it. Sometimes when you think of stuff and you don't initiate it, it doesn't mean that it's going away. It just means that you are incorporating more stuff into it. And even people over 50 plus, don't single us out. We still can do the same things that we did when we were younger. Okay, you just have to just push more for it. That's all. So yeah, so let's talk about that. And I put something out there on Instagram in regards to, you guys are creating daycares and we're creating, schools. We're trying to, collaborate and get the schools together. I have people that, look at me for certain things and I send them to, some of the girls that, are on YouTube. They're doing certain things that I don't do. So, I definitely do that. So yeah, so let's just kind of do the second portion of doing your own business, doing your own billing business. There are people who are doing things that are not exactly medical billing, not exactly coding, you know, or RCM revenue cycle management has a whole slew of things that they do, but it still falls into the same ballpark. So develop a strategy of what you want to do. You've got your plan going, you know what you want to do. Develop a strategy of how you're going to implicate it. I told you before in the first video, you're going to do things over and over and over. I'm telling you, I think I created a couple of different plans, and when I'm just not satisfied, I just don't do it. I trash it. Let me start again until I'm completely satisfied. And this is for people who are in my class too. I'm teaching you guys how to do medical billing, how to do coding. You guys know I don't hold your hand. I'm literally teaching you how to teach yourself. The gist of it is, you guys contact me when you need something. You get in on the chats. If not, we do one-on-one. Those of you who are going for your own business, one-on-ones are like totally important because your students have to understand what you're doing and they need to understand what's going on in the classroom and the coordination of the classroom. And again, those of you, you're doing your own business, figure out what your people want, figure out what your customers want. You gotta make it happen. um, Doing the business as far as the medical billing and the coding doesn't have to be just the teaching. I see girls out there that they're selling the courses. They're going door to door. They're going hospital to hospital. I mean, that's what we do. That's what you're supposed to do to, you get your business going. But if you don't believe in yourself, then who's going to believe in a business that you're going to do? You have to just keep on doing it. I mean, I wouldn't give up at all. Okay. So today I've got a couple of notes here. I want to make sure I don't forget anything to tell anybody. We talked about the DBA. We talked about the LLC. Somebody asked me about how do you do your school? How do you do your program as far as enrollment? I have two different sessions. I have a 20-week and a 40-week. Remember we were talking about that, the 20-week and the 40-week? And in the 20-week and the 40-week is program cards, detail for detail. One of my videos, look at one of my videos, you'll see how I did the program card. And I mimicked the program card from the same program card that I had when I went to St. John's years ago. I liked the way theirs was, so I just mimicked the program card that we had from there. And you can do that too. If you have went to a program or you went to college somewhere, put in your mind, remember how they gave it to you. Remember how they used to give you the program card. I don't know how they do it now. I mean, years ago, I had a program card that was probably about this size, and all my classes was on it. You guys remember that? You can go to or went to orientation, went to college. You guys know I went to St. John's years ago, probably for a year and a half or 2 years or something like that. But yeah, and I liked it the way theirs was. So that's why I used theirs. So again, and some of you who are going, to online school, I went to an online school too. I went to in-person school. I went to college in Georgia. I went to New York. Yeah, I went to a couple of different colleges. But put in your mind what you did when you was there. Remember what you did when you was there. If you're going to school online, remember what they're doing. How they doing their curriculum. How are they doing their courses? How are they doing their classes? Zoom, Teams. Right? They're not holding your hand, they do chat, right? All right, so when you do your program, that's how you build it. Build it around what you've seen. Build it around, what you know. When you was in that course, build it around what you know. And if you haven't been to those type of schools before, research. Use your search engine. Use your search engine. You know what I'm saying? I was telling somebody the other day, I think my nephew, I was telling him to use the search engine to find out what the rate was for the housing market now. And he was like, huh? And he's like, Lisa, I said, yeah, you put it in there. It'll tell you what the rate is right now. So you can use search engine for a lot of stuff. And just you have to keep your mind going. And, for, doing your own business, don't just, stop at just creating your own business. You guys know I've done the books. I do, ecstasy. Is that how you say it? Esty? I said ecstasy. SC, I can't even say Shopify, Amazon. You guys know I do it all. My product, are my courses. So you guys know that I sell my courses individual. And again, that's something you can do. But remember, when you do that, you got to do it word for word. When you do that, especially if you want to go further, make sure that you are indicating how many hours each course is. If you do medical billing, you have to put how many hours. Now, I'm not sure how the other girls do theirs that are on YouTube, but I mimic my course exactly how we do it in a school because I didn't want to leave anything out. If I want to go, like I said, if I want to go to accreditation route, I got to have that thing specifically how it should be when accreditation come and ask me this, ask me that. You need to follow this the way we do it. You need to have this in your program. How many hours is this? How many hours is that? So that's why I tweak my program the same way how it is in a regular school. I did the billing and coding and at the college. I did the billing and coding at the training center, taught it. So you guys know that I've got hands-on with how that program is going to be. So that's what I did. And if you don't, again, go online, ask people how their program is, check out different curriculums, just make it detail for detail. I mean, it's easy for me to just, come on YouTube and kind of talk about something, or you guys can ask me questions. But I mean, when you have a whole program from the syllabus all the way to the end of a certificate and graduation or whatever, you've got to be detailed in what you want to do. Making a plan for when you come on YouTube and writing down, what you're going to talk about, is good. That gives you that power to continue on, and then you start detail for detail. I use books for everything. Before I even started implicating my program the way it is now, I started writing everything in the book and how I want it. And the funny thing is, you see, I have books everywhere. The you know, I still have those books. That's the crazy thing. I still have those books because you know what I do? I go back through those books and I actually see if I accomplished what I wrote down in those books. And sometimes you know what I do? I go, you did that? Sometimes I put it on Instagram. I did that. I did that. Sometimes I can't believe how I got the program. It's unbelievable. When my students come, especially those that already went to college, I love them. They just jump right in. And I mean, the best thing that I can give for my students, if they tell me that they're having an issue or maybe they're not clear on something, I want to hear detail for detail. Because guess what? You're not the only one in the future that may have that same issue. I'm going to fix that right now. Let's fix that right now. If you ask me a question about the program or Build Encoder or anything like that, make sure that you have an answer for your students and make sure you be factual. Make sure you show them what they're asking for. You have to find a way to keep up with the students, whether it's online or whether you're in-house. And again, you guys, you have to have that passion for what you do. So the next thing that we're going to talk about is having a resolution for any type of error or any type of issue that might come up. And we were talking about that the other day with the Mac, with my Mac crashing out. Make sure you have a backup for everything. I mean, it's even if you start now and then you decide 10 years later, okay, now I want to do it. Believe it or not, I have stuff in my flash drives from 2003, 2004. I think I saw something from 1997. I keep the flash drives. I keep them. And then I have other ways to put stuff where I can save it. So that's how I save myself from some of my other stuff. And don't forget to make sure, this is my son. My son told me about the Google Drive. I had no idea how to work the Google Drive at all. This was his idea about the Google Drive. And the Google Drive, I put everything in there now so that, it can go with me. That's why, I use the Google Drive to upload documents for the students. Somebody asked me about that. Yeah, I would use the Google Drive because you have to keep up with your stuff. And sometimes you just don't know where everything is, or you just, you don't have time. You got your phone right there. You can't pick up the Google Drive. So that's why I use Google Drive, for my students. And I think that's good if that's what you want to do. But, just like on YouTube, you still have to be consistent. I mean, I'm in a classroom, and I say classroom because everything is discussion board for me. Teams, Zoom, the phone, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, all that stuff is discussion board for me. And discussion board is when people are interacting with me and people want to know questions or XYZ. So, just keep that in mind. Just keep that in mind. And, to do the business, you have to learn the business. I mean, learn the business. Whichever portion you want to do, just kind of, learn the business. I mean, some of us are working, and some of us are doing the business, and some of us are, doing the YouTube. We're doing a multitude of things. Just stay consistent with the work, and, every year you get better. Every year you get better. I did have a couple of issues with the marketing, in the beginning. And, I always bring up my son and my nephew because those two, I'm telling you, they're like my total mentors. My nephew, he'd tell me, he'd say, "Aunt Lisa, don't be afraid. Just go. Just, come on, I'm going with you." And I did. I used to be just afraid to just, talk in front of people and, kind of go and, oh, okay, and I'll tell them. Now, forget about it. Every time I go outside, I get a student. I'm telling you, every time I go outside, I get a student. Yesterday, I went outside. I went to Comcast or something like that, and then I went to another store. And you find people who are interested in your course. Even online. You guys know I market online as well, but you want to help those people. And like how I am, I want to make sure that, you encourage, the young people and you motivate the older people. Let's go. Let's do this. Don't say you can do this. I met a girl one day. We were at Staples, and she said she took the program XYZ, $18,000, and she's lost. She don't know where she is. It was a few years ago that she took the program, but those are the ones I like. You guys know that those are the ones I like, that take them programs and go. It don't matter. You still have to pay back the student loan. Don't tell me about the Biden stuff, because if you tell me about the Biden stuff one more time, I'm gonna tell you. So motivate yourself and get going. This is only gonna be 15-20 minutes. I'm not gonna do a long one because I've got to do a chat for the students. So create your program. Put what you want in your program and what you want to teach. And remember, I didn't teach medical billing for Sapphire. I did medical billing at the college. I only taught the coding portion, the ICD-10, the CPT, all 21 systems. That's what I taught. But I told you, when I was approaching people and telling them about the program, I would ask them, well, so tell me, do you know anything about coding? What is coding? And I would get what's that? And then I'd say medical billing. Oh, yeah, I know what medical billing. That's why I incorporated medical billing in the program. So that's up to you, because I take the students who can do both. I'm not making a special curriculum for medical billing students. All I'm telling them is that you do the medical billing, medical terminology, ICD-10 and CPT. That's it. Okay, in the ICD-10 and the CPT, that teaches you how to do the ICD-10, how to do the diagnostic coding, how to do the procedure coding in the CPT. So they don't have to do the court cases and all that, but they have to have an idea of the coding. So I throw that in so that they can still get an idea of what it is, because now you can't say you don't know what coding is. Now you do. So again, that depends on you and how you want to do that business. So just get your book. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to do this. Don't forget the name is first. Do your name. And if you can't get the name first, that's fine. Just get the curriculum together, and then a name is going to come to you. And we talk about name, we talk about the name of your business, the name of your company, the name you want your school to be, the name you want your program to be, depending on how you do it. Okay, so just remember, as you get more savvy with the work, you will continue to do it. You'll continue to do it. You'll go out and recruit. I found a report, this is so crazy. I found a report when I was a director at the school, and it was a report for it's over there. I stapled it to the book. It was a report that I would give to the recruiting officer, and I would give to BMST, that was building maintenance, the office computer girl, and the whole staff. And it's crazy because how would I find it? I don't even know where I got it from, but it was inside this book, and it's like telling them what I want them to do from the time they come in, and they have to report back to me. If the recruiter went out, I want to know what he did. I want to know how many people gave in their emails. If we're doing BMST, that's building maintenance, I want to know how many people he recruited, and I want to know what he did when he was in the classroom. If it's office class, I want to know what she does when she first comes in there. What did you do with the students? Are you keeping the students in the classroom? Are you keeping the students interested? How many students came into your classroom today? Even though I can go on the computer and I can see everything that all of my teachers are doing. But, it was it's crazy how I came with that. We also had a teacher who, she taught the GED. So I want to see what she's doing. What is you doing with the students? If they come to me and they tell me they're not learning nothing, then I'm going downstairs and see what she's teaching in there to keep these students interested in what she's doing. Because the students had to pass the GED. We took students that didn't have a GED. But again, same thing with billing. I do the same thing. I take students who do not have their GED, but you better be working on that while you're in my class. So remember that I do take students who do not have a high school diploma, but they have to be working on a GED while they're in my class. That is the same thing we do with Vessel. I don't have a Vessel class, but you better do it on your own. You better find somebody to help you pass your GED. So I just kind of threw that in there because, again, teaching is, pretty much what I do. This is what I do. Revenue cycle management is what I do. So I incorporate that in my cycle of what I do. So that's why I tell you guys, if it's something that you love to do, just do it. Just do it. And we were talking about when I said something about the daycare thing. When I'm talking about the daycare, I thought it was kind of funny. It's kind of funny to me. And I said those guys do daycares. We build in schools. It's the same thing. How different is it if somebody is building a daycare? They're building a school. Yeah, I think I have a cousin. I think she built a school or something in North Carolina. I saw her on one of the social networks. But those girls know how to build a daycare. They know what they need. They know they need mats. They need this. They need that. They need certificates. They need so. You build a program for medical billing and coding, or medical billing. We can build a program for such. You see what I'm saying? That's that circle. That's Black Phoenix Team Us. You guys hear me say Black Phoenix Team Us? Okay, that's my other business. Okay, and Black Phoenix Team Us is for us. It's for this group to get together. It's for us to learn them how to do what we do. That's what Black Phoenix Team Us is. You see what I'm saying? The Black Phoenix is the mascot for the Sapphire. Remember I told you guys that? So, just take heed to that. That's what the Black Phoenix is. That's why I always confer with a lot of doctors, especially on Twitter. You see my Sapphire Physician Coding. And it's crazy because I'm not always on the Sapphire Physician Coding on the Twitter. I'm on the Lisa Lambert on the Twitter. You guys want to look for me, go to the Lisa Lambert on the Twitter. The other one, I'm not too active in that, but I have a lot of stuff in there. And I don't know. I think I'm going to delete that one and just keep the Lisa Lambert one. I think I changed my Lisa Lambert one to Sapphire. And nobody could find me, so I put it back. So if you go to Twitter, just go to Lisa Lambert. Everything else is Sapphire Physician Coding. But again, and see, you gotta have those social networks. Make sure you guys have networks across the board. I mean, as you can see, I'm still creeping up in my networks. I mean, I don't even have like 100 members on this YouTube, but my Instagram is creeping up. My Instagram is creeping up there, and my Twitter too. But just keep going. I mean, just because I have low subscribers, which I want you guys to subscribe below. Okay, I got to make sure I remember to write it down. My son will call me and say, Mom, put this, put that. Okay, I just go over the whole thing and put it in there. But make sure you guys do subscribe below. But, we'll put out another video like this so, we can just chit chat. You guys, again, do what you're doing. I mean, I like, getting the emails. I like getting the emails. But you guys, so, send me a message through here. I started getting a couple of messages through here. So, that's fine. And you guys who are, following me, to watch the weight, you guys know I'm on the pen, and I'm at a toss up with the gastric, so you guys can watch that too. But you guys who are over 50, who are thinking about starting that business, go ahead and start the business. Just do it. That's all you gotta do. Just do it. I don't know. You might have to sacrifice and take time off from work. A couple of people I know did that. I've done that too. I've had to take off to put my mind on the business and get it exactly how I wanted to. But you have to have people to support you to do that. So make sure you have that. So that'll be the gist of, what you're going to do to do your business, or to kind of like mold your business. The first thing you're going to do is just start planning. Start planning. Planning, designing, start executing, start seeing that big picture. Start seeing that big picture of what you're going to do. Have your space. Do what you need to do to get it there. I mean, don't stop just because, just keep on going with it. I had somebody on there the other day. She sent me a message. She said, you inspired me. That's what I want to do. Good. I don't care if it's one person that tell me I inspired them, or two people, or whatever it is. It's as long as I know that, because that's the point. The point is to inspire you to do. That's what it is. You give back what was given to you. You guys can see my bio on Amazon. It's inside my book, but they got it showing out on Amazon. But I don't care. It's okay. But you know, again, just do what you're supposed to do. You know, if in your mind what you're supposed to do is be that owner, be that business owner, go ahead and do it. Go ahead and do it. If you can't do that 100%, do it at 65. Do it at 65 and you still can work. Is, that's what you want to do. And that's what the goal is. So I'm almost 25 in. So I'm gonna shut this down. But guys, send me a message. Send me a message, guys, and we'll talk about it. I think I hit everything that I had on here for you guys. I'm just looking at it to see if I forgot anything. Do what you love to do. We already talked about it, and that's what I want you guys to do. Do what you love to do. When you do what you love to do, you guys hear me say this all the time, and I said this in the other video, do what you love to do, and it comes natural. It comes natural. I mean, I love the YouTube. I love to watch all the videos and stuff on the YouTube, but you can go outside of YouTube and do what you need to do. You just got to get out there and do it. Okay, so I'll see you guys in that next video. Watch out for the other video that's coming behind this one. This one is actually for the students, but you guys can get on that too. See ya.